How will you feel if you go to buy something and that person or the shopkeeper is not responding to your questions? If he's not answering you in time, how will you feel? Will you buy from that person? You probably will not. The same thing happens when some buyer comes to your Fiverr profile and asks you questions regarding your gigs or your services. You should be prompt to respond to their questions, or even if you do not want to take that gig or you do not want to work with that buyer, you should be prompt to tell him that. That's what the topic is for today's video. In this video, we are going to talk about the turnaround time on Fiverr.com. If you're a seller on Fiverr, this video is going to be of immense importance. So ensure that you watch this video till the end. Welcome back. My name is Stan and you are watching the Indian Freelancer YouTube channel. On this channel, I talk about freelancing, I talk about making money online, working from home, and a lot of different things where you can actually earn money while sitting at home or anywhere you want to. So if all these things interest you, please subscribe and stay tuned for more such content. So today's video is on Fiverr and we're going to talk about the turnaround time on Fiverr. Now, what is turnaround time? Turnaround time is the time that you take to respond to a buyer's request or a question or any kind of message that a buyer sends you for the first time. Okay, if somebody sends you and asks you about your services that you are offering on Fiverr or any of your gig, he wants a clarification, right? How fast or how promptly should you respond to that buyer? That is the topic of this video today. Now, turnaround time is the time that you take to respond to a buyer's request or a buyer's message for the first time on your Fiverr profile. Why is turnaround time important? Now, turnaround time is very important because that is a very useful matrix to understand whether the person whom I am talking to is genuinely interested or not. If the buyer has to understand whether among the 5 people or the 10 people that he messages on a particular question, which one is the most interested to answer him, or which of the sellers is most interested in solving his problem, then the buyer will probably talk to that particular person and will seek his help to get his problem resolved, right? So that's why the turnaround time is very important. Now, the second important thing is that there is a lot of competition on Fiverr.com. Somebody who's already selling on Fiverr would know that for each category or for each very specific niche, there are thousands of sellers on Fiverr. So if you are the first one or among the first few who responds to a buyer, there is more chance that a buyer will actually buy the gig from you, right? So to beat the competition, you need to be fast to respond to the buyer's request. Now, the other important thing is the first impression that you put on the buyer. Now, when somebody sends you a message for the first time and you respond within like 1 minute or 2 minutes, he feels that this guy is available to work. This guy is actually having a very professional attitude, and this attitude is going to help me in my work, right? Then the buyer would actually want to work with you more frequently. So the first impression is very important on Fiverr.com because you're not seeing each other, you're not in physical contact, right? They're not able to see you. How will they understand whether this person is really interested to solve my problem or not? These are the few things that you can actually show even when you are not present at that place. Okay, so to convince a buyer that you are genuine and you are ready to help him, these things should be there, and you can be assured that if you have a good response rate or if you have a good way of delivering things, then the buyer will have a very nice rapport with you and probably will work with you for a long time. So these smaller things like turnaround time, like your English, the quality of your English, the way you reply to his messages, these things actually can help the buyer to understand that this seller is genuine and he's going to help me a lot. So your chances of getting the project increases quite a bit, right? These are the main reasons that you should have a very low or very short turnaround time on Fiverr.com. Now the big question is how to have a low turnaround time, how to reduce the turnaround time or your response rate. Okay, how to have a very small minimal turnaround time. We're going to talk about it. I've talked about it extensively in my Fiverr course. There is a course on Udemy. You can find the link in the description. In that course, I've actually talked about the nuances in Fiverr, how to be successful on Fiverr, how to beat the competition, and how to move ahead in the Fiverr hierarchy. Okay, there are a lot of things that I've discussed on that course. There are a lot of videos that I've been publishing on this channel regarding Fiverr. If you have not seen those things, please go ahead and check those videos. And I'm sure these small things that I've talked about in my videos and also in my course, these things will help you genuinely to become a much better seller on Fiverr.com. Okay, so kindly check out that course. That link will be there in the description. All right, now let's talk about the different ways in which you can have a low turnaround time on your Fiverr.com. Most important thing, be online. Try to be online as much as possible. Even if you are working on some project, or if you are not having any project, you are doing something else, keep your Fiverr profile online. Like, log into your Fiverr profile and just keep it on. Okay, that will help you a lot, because a lot of buyers, you have seen in my previous videos, I have shown you how a buyer actually goes about choosing the right seller for him. A lot of buyers actually look for people who are online at that particular moment. Okay, so if you are online most of the time, then it increases your chances of the buyer contacting you. So the moment a buyer contacts you, you get a pop-up, you get a message that okay, somebody has sent you a message. You can respond to that message or that request as fast as you can, much faster than probably the others, right? So that will help you to reduce your turnaround time. The most important thing that I would probably say is to have the app installed on your mobile phone. Now, whenever I get a message from a new buyer, or any message on Fiverr, I get it on my mobile phone. I get a notification on my phone, and this phone is also connected with my fitness band over here. Okay, so the moment I get a message on Fiverr, I get a notification here on my phone, and I also get a vibration on my fitness band which tells me that somebody has messaged me on Fiverr.com. So what I do is I quickly go to Fiverr, I log into my app. If there's a message that I can directly respond from my app, I can do that. If I cannot respond to the message over the app, I quickly log into my computer, which is obviously on, and I respond from there, right? So have the app, and that will help you in reducing your turnaround time, because you can actually respond to the buyer's request much faster if you have an app installed on your mobile phone. The last thing that I'm going to tell you is something which most of the sellers avoid, or they just overlook. Okay, it is using the quick responses. Very important step. If you have a lot of quick responses for different scenarios, like a person who's messaging you for the first time, or a person who's asking the same question, similar kind of questions multiple times, like somebody would ask you to work outside Fiverr, right? So what should you tell? If there are 5 people asking the same question, you can have a canned response, okay, which are called quick responses in Fiverr. So you can have it written and saved in the quick responses, and you can respond to that within like 3 seconds or 5 seconds, right? That will actually help you to have your overall TAT reduced. Suppose you have messaged a person after 1 hour, and the second person you have messaged in 5 seconds. So the average is like 60 minutes plus 5 seconds divided by 2. So it directly becomes half, like 30 minutes, right? So that way you can reduce your turnaround time on Fiverr.com if you are using the quick responses. Now, if you are interested to know how to write quick responses, how to save them, or what are the different quick responses that I use on my Fiverr profile, please leave a message, and probably if there are a lot of people who are asking for it, I'll create a different video on that, and I can also describe the entire process of how exactly you can create these quick responses. I'll tell you, these quick responses will reduce your turnaround time by like 1/10 or 1/100th of the actual time. Okay, it has helped me a lot. It has helped a lot of other sellers also whom I've talked with, but then most of the sellers would not even know how to use them. Okay, so use the quick responses, and that will help you a lot in reducing your turnaround time. So that's all I have in this video. I've talked about turnaround time in this video, how to reduce turnaround time, how to have a better turnaround time on Fiverr.com, which will help you to have a better rapport with the client, which will help you to have your profile probably pushed up in the ranking as well, because these are the different metrics which Fiverr sees while pushing somebody on the rank pages, right? So these are the different ways how to differentiate. Otherwise, there will be no differentiation between a lot of sellers with same kind of skill sets, right? So these soft skills will help you a lot in getting a higher rank on Fiverr and getting more orders on Fiverr as well. So that's all I have in this video. If you have any questions regarding this, if you have any questions regarding Fiverr, any part of Fiverr, please feel free to ask in the comment section below. I'm working on Fiverr for almost 6 years now, okay, and it has been a very fruitful journey. So that's my business. If you have anything to ask, please feel free to ask in the comment section, or you can also follow me on Instagram as well. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching this video till the end. This is Dan signing off from the Indian Freelancer YouTube channel. Take care. Bye bye.